you know, I had this one girl, I did blah blah blah. They'd be like, hey, so and so, you think so and so attractive? Not to say as a diss, but more so like, yeah, I can see that. You see how? No, do it. Try it out.
Why?
What? This is see her references, because obviously you don't see your friends. You want me to press record? Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back.
That's crazy. The fact that I went on here and did is over of, and I was down here, that mother didn't blink or nothing. That mother didn't blink or nothing.
What's up, Coach Hoodie?
Yeah.
This is our first time getting on, baby.
What's up?
Raggedy ass shirt.
Yeah. Now my link is all off now.
What happened? What pictures?
Coach Hoodie is a great name.
Coach Hoodie. And then look at this. Look at this heartthrob.
Where's that neck at?
Paul. Handsome, bro. What you talking about, bro? I was a wrestler. What do you mean? Wrestler in football, ain't no neck.
That neck is gone.
That's how it was this day. So my neck's still strong to this day.
I don't like your basement dimples.
Man, look at this. This cat was like.
You got to shave your face to bring the dimples back, man. How you gonna be on this podcast and not have dimples? I'm getting angry glares at the movie, so I can't rejoin. Why did you join in the first place?
Look at this handsome. Look at this dude. I think it was freshman year, Chaz.
You did this. You requested to be.
This thing is a model. Look at this.
First of all, Ed and Maria, why did you answer the live?
Handsome shit. What's up, Jimmy Allen? Yeah, take two. Indeed.
Yeah, sorry about that, yo. So what had happened was the power of my laptop just cut off. We just didn't even see the signs of it was dying. The fact that I went here to look up is over of, and it just died on me. It just died on me.
Look at this guy.
This guy's back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who got bitches? This guy did.
Post. Here's what we do. You want to do the challenge?
What's the challenge?
You said freshman year?
Yeah.
Just
20 years ago. How far along? 20. Yeah.
I think we should do this. We should do this. Just to get ready to do it, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna send you my picture. And then say what freshman is more attractive?
Me. What are you talking about? That's good because if you zoom in, then you see all the acne I had. That freshman year was So you got the smooth skin going here.
Yeah, buddy.
I didn't have the smooth skin.
Yeah, I think we should do it, man. We should get some.
If you zoom in, you see it here.
Yeah, he didn't drink water.
Drink water. I did. It was just I was going through a phase.
So everybody goes through a phase.
Like it's on my face. You can see one here.
Oh boy,
that was it. I had one little bit of acne, and then never again.
Yeah.
Then I was good to go. But that's the age it happens. 13, 14. You know?
Yeah. Because I think your body is like, what are you putting? What is this? Grease? Sodas?
Yes, to change it.
Yeah.
That's all that's going on.
Isn't it wild that how we grow? Like, and how does it know it's time to grow?
What?
You eat, your bones start to stretch, right?
Well, I think your body wasn't I fucking hate science. Everything just multiplies, right? It just until it's right. Everything just multiplies. And
it's wild. It's wild to think about. It's wild to think about. Like you start off as sperm, and then you form the body, and then you keep eating, you keep growing. Like your bones just start to stretch.
Right.
Your muscles start getting stronger.
Right.
It's crazy to think about, like we're science. It's not like a transformer. Like, can you pass me the carburetor, pass me the, you know what I'm saying? Like you're building on the accessories. It's like we are growing.
Yeah.
We didn't really think about this is not, we're adding on. If I get a little more money, I can add on a leg. You're a plant. That's not being watered. You're being watered.
No, it's crazy because You're just a little sperm meets an egg, and then it turns into a person. It's crazy.
Not that quick.
Oh, happens overnight.
It needs a human to incubate it.
But it's nuts.
But also, people were so intrigued on it. They was like, let's clone this. Do you think clones exist?
They just clone. Remember that sheep years ago?
I'm talking about humans, bro.
I don't know if human clones exist yet, but I think they will. My thing is that will a human clone? Can you upload my brain into a human clone, or will it just be like its own person? Because you can have the exact same DNA, but if it gets mixed, it may not come out the same way, right? Because every single out of all the sperm and eggs that me and Yo had, that combination made Izzy, right?
Right.
So that it's the same DNA in every single one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one other combo from each of us, we would have had a different person.
Yeah.
So that's saying. So I'm wondering if they do a clone of my blood, or what, do I still get the same person? Like it may look like me, but will I get the same? And I also want to know how much makes a difference. I want to know if this person sleeps a lot, will they actually be taller? That's how you can really do some real tests on balding, height, what affects weight and stuff like that, to see if your clone will have the same if you do different things to them.
Yeah.
So I think they can only really go off of like identical twins for a lot of that stuff now.
And God provides a soul.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know?
Well, I guess you'll see if there's really a soul or not, won't you?
That's crazy, because they got to have some sort of consciousness of like, I shouldn't do this, or let me help this person.
So they just made those dire wolves. You hear about that?
Keep talking.
So they were like, made from like Game of Thrones, or like those dire wolves, which are supposed to be like bigger wolves. And so they just cloned a few of them. Anybody else know about this? And they just cloned a few of them that are like out now. And if somebody trying to like clone like a mastodon or something stupid that probably shouldn't be cloned,
because we talking about instincts of like when dogs are born, any animal, they know that I need to procreate now. They start to hump. It's in their DNA. It's like something's happening. I'm humping. I need to. How do you know this? No one teaches you that.
It's the same with us though.
No, we don't know. Like if you just woke up as an adult, right, with no history of about sex, Adam and Eve, okay, they had the guidance of God of like, I made you guys to procreate.
They're gonna figure out. They're gonna keep sticking their holes in places until, especially a guy.
Yeah,
come on, man. He was just gonna keep sticking it in somewhere.
Yeah,
so he got it right. Bingo.
But would you know that this is pleasure or to procreate?
Well, probably pleasure. I probably would have been pissed that a child came out. What? No one said this. But women's clitorises throb, right? And our meat throbs, right? So we know those are the erogenous zones. They're gonna know, right? Because women's little things fill up their little penises,
Yeah.
So we would have eventually got into the right spot. She's like, this thing tingles. And I'm like, well, what's this underneath it? It's a little passageway. You know what I mean?
Do you think without the guidance of God, how far will we get here? Because if we just dropped in here and we were like, why do I feel this way? Because you don't know if you're hungry. You're like, oh. You're just like, I feel weak. And you can't even have somebody say, I made that for you to eat.
I think it'd be just the way like babies do. Like babies put everything in their mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
that's not good.
Yeah.
And then eventually you either stop putting shit in your mouth and you go, oh.
Yeah.
I like this.
Because what was the first thing you ate was beets. Beets taste like dirt.
And if that's all I had, I'm like, man, I gotta find. But if it gave me energy, right? I was feeling really hungry. Then if I ate beets, and I was like, well, I feel a little better.
I feel great. Because what if you struck out every single time? You was eating like poison ivory.
Oh,
you see,
I don't want to eat this anymore. I gotta go look for something else.
Right? Because okay, I know not to eat no green stuff.
Yeah,
but
last resort.
Yeah. And who would have thought like, I want to eat that lamb?
Yeah,
I want to put that lamb in a headlock and bite his neck.
The fact that someone discovered killing an animal and putting it on fire and skinning it.
God gave him the instructions of that. I made all these lambs for you to dominate and to have dominion over.
But why the lambs? They were babies, man.
Lamb chops.
So good. How's baby sheep so good? I tell you that I didn't know baby sheep until I didn't know a lamb was a baby sheep until Craig told me.
That's so funny. Craig Williams.
Craig Waynes. I was like, this is last year. I said, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So I remember I was looking for big ass lamb chops. I was like, why are these always so small? What are big ones at?
He said, oh.
And then he was like, it's because they're babies. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, like a lamb. It made sense. I said, no. I thought a lamb was just a small sheep.
Also, I think the same thing with bulls and cows, right?
Well, bulls are the male.
I know. I thought they were a whole different species.
Oh.
Because in my head, I'm like, I've never seen
they look very different.
Right. And because I've never seen a spotted bull.
Yeah.
It's usually all like solid colors, right?
Right. I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what's funny is like when God had told Noah to get 2 animals of each, and like what happened to the third and the fourth? They was outside the club, like, we about to go into the ark. Whoa.
Full here, like, buddy.
We're full. What about him?
She was like, man, shit. Me here.
She's like, yo, we here, yo.
We good.
That's my cousin. Hey yo. I'm already inside, brother.
Hey, let me go see what's happening. I come back out, man. Tell me to come. All right.
That's wild.
It's starting to rain, so hurry up if you can.
It literally is like a club. You let a nigga Rick get in there, and all the things he did, he don't even produce milk. I got titties.
Don't need you. I was wondering about like insects. I'm like, well, what? Did you let flies in? Was it necessary?
Insects.
Roaches made it through. Rats
right.
made it. What are we talking about?
Right.
We didn't need any of those.
And a lot of the animals eat each other in there.
Yeah, to keep everybody separate.
Yeah. It was a huge fight in there. It was like, hey, lions, y'all over here. Deers over here.
I always want to believe Noah's Ark so bad.
You want to believe it?
Yeah. I just can't believe that he went and got 2 lions. And he said, okay, you guys line up here. Okay. Let me just put this leash around them.
Yeah. Got
the elephants to come on, giraffes.
Right. And also, was he already an animal tamer? Like, because if that's your first time dealing with animals, you're like, you want me to bring in the rhinoceros?
If God was like, yo, Chaz, go get 2 of every animals. This is where you say Chaz is this is when I become an example in the Bible of a non-believer.
Not listening.
Yeah, example like, okay, that's just whatever I ate last night was talking. Whatever I ate last night was talking, man. Because whoo!
Yeah. I mean, also, I don't know how long, y'all probably gonna look it up. How long did it take to build the ark? Because you're listening to God for a long time. And then it was like, okay, now that you're doing the ark, now I need you to get 2 of each animal. And it's like, you do realize we're not everywhere, God, right?
You grab 2 of everything you see.
Yeah, it was like there's animals across the world that I can't even get access to. We're gonna have them walk to you.
My question here's what I always think about is that we only have the recordings of the Middle East, okay, right?
Yeah,
which is a small area compared to the world,
right?
So I also wonder, did God have a different name to others?
Yeah,
in different regions,
bars,
and was it the same? So are there a bunch of different Noahs in different regions that may or may not get recorded? Because we only have a recording of one area.
I like what you're doing right now, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you said this because I believe the Bible is an origin story of one family, Adam and Eve. And then there was branching off from there. I believe, there's no way for me to prove this. Throughout the world, it was several men and women. I think God like this story right here is more important.
this story is the fire
because I don't want to confuse people by talking about Rick and Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Adam and Eve, and then throughout the years, these people start to kind of commingle, and that's how they're not like a bunch of incest happening because it don't make no sense. Like, hold on, what about the Casamanites? Where they came from? It's like. Like where do these tribes come from?
No, we're the only ones.
It's like
that'd be weird, right? This is your daughter. That'd be weird, right?
Right. Because it just all of a sudden these tribes of people just kind of popped up in the Bible. I was like, tribes?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just like he's like, let's focus on this story because these are the people who's going to be the lineage of Jesus.
Right.
Because if we start kind of like, hold that thought, y'all. Let's jump over here to Egypt where we talked about blah blah blah.
Right.
So I feel like that's why I feel like he just kind of stayed. Well, not he, but also the Moses had wrote the first.
Because also China has a long recorded history, thousands of years.
Yeah,
that probably predate the Bible. I'm assuming because I think the Bible's like 4,000 years old, something like that. Anybody? But because Jesus is 2,000 years old, right? And so. I know like Buddha was a guy. He was hanging out around. Not that he was a god, but he was a messenger of such to get you to nirvana and stuff like that. So, yeah, I wonder if either God goes like, "Hey man, just call me whatever you call me," because I can't get you to say Allah in your language, right?
Yeah,
they don't really say the R's in China, anyways. You know what I mean? I mean the L's. So, he's like, I don't like Allah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, maybe that's what rock. Oh, that was Africa. Never mind. Anyways. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always think that too. That's why I always say I don't think there is one religion because.
Yeah. And like I said, we just kind of dominated the Bible to be as big as it is. It's a great story. But there's somebody who's like, man, I'm just not marketing this. This origin, because there's a Bible of Terrence and Mary that that was like, yo, this is our story of the Bible, but we just can't market it great because like our stories wasn't hot, like because they had interactions with Jesus too, but it just didn't hit. It was like, yeah, that's blasphemy.
Somebody give him a head nod.
Yeah, that's
I saw Jesus once give him a head nod.
It's blasphemy, man.
It's always interests me because I'm like, man, there's so many, and then like so many recordings get burned down and they get lost over the years. You know what I mean? Like there's so much history that just gets forgotten and erased, and they find entire civilizations under civilizations. There's an entire world that we found under the catacombs of. Yeah, and it was like, oh man, this was here. Yeah, the ancient Mesopotamia, whatever it's called. Right, they just keep finding new findings. Yeah, I guess I think I heard recently that there was a huge irrigation system underneath some of these temples in South America or something like that. Oh. That some people found like there was whole civilizations of like really advanced irrigation systems that they found accidentally, something like that recently.
It's great visually to see it. It's great visually to see those caves, the water, and it's kind of like this greenery and stuff. Yeah. But just imagine the cameras go away and it's just you. Yeah. Yeah. Terrifying.
Because I actually think dinosaurs were just found in the 1900s somewhere, right? Anybody? Like they just found out accidentally one day that it was like, what are these bones? What is this creature?
And also, we don't talk about enough. This is what we don't talk about enough. What came first, Adam and Eve or dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs came first, right?
Yeah.
So dinosaurs. What was that science project? Why was dinosaurs more important? Because if dinosaurs were first before Adam and Eve, why don't you talk about the bones of the dinosaurs in the Bible? Because Adam and Eve was around. They could have been like, yo, there's bones of a huge pterodactyl right here. We just blow by that in the Bible.
Yeah, I wonder why. I guess it wasn't important. Again, none of this has to do with you guys. It's nothing to do with you.
Just got to skip past that.
Oh no, I'm not way off. Okay, so some people found pieces of different animals here and there, but in the mid 1900s is where they found an entire. Jamie Nieto's calling.
Who?
Jamie Nieto.
Oh, he's over here too.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I don't want to ignore him right here. That he hit you up to come in.
Yeah, he trying. Jamie talking about right here. Jamie, I.
What's up, Jamie? Are you on the? Well, I'm gonna hang up. Get back on the IG, okay? All right. My man, Jamie Nieto. I was like, what is Jamie doing, man? So for those that don't know, we'll see if he comes in and introduce Jamie Nieto. Because he's I messed up. Go ahead. Man, did you hang up on him?
I did.
You went off live?
I did. Jeez.
So for those who don't know, it's our good friend Jamie Nieto, who I met in the writer's room working at Harvard Studios. Jamie is also an Olympian in the high jump. Yes. And he married another Olympian as a hurdler from Jamaica, man. And Jamie, unfortunately, was injured coaching, doing a backflip. Showing off. That's the worst. What's dope about Jamie is that he was before his injury, he was doing acting and created his own movie. And then like I said, he got injured and never stopped him, which is what's really dope if you follow Jamie about his journey. What's up, Nieto?
Hey.
Just talking about your journey, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw what you guys were talking about in the Bible too. So I don't know if you saw my comment. I said,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We're gonna put you in the cam.
I said it took 50 to 75 years to make the Noah's Ark, and then the other thing when Dion was talking about other people, right?
There he is.
So when Adam and Eve, they had Cain and Abel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when what was it? Cain slew Abel, was that right?
Yeah.
So when Cain slew Abel, they excommunicated him from wherever they were at. And so when they took him out, before he left, he said, "You can't make me go out there because they'll kill me." So there were already other people.
Mm-hmm.
Who were they? If Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel were the only people, there had to be more people. So in the Bible,
that's what I'm saying. So you confirm what I just said, right? Like there's other tribes, there's other families, right?
Yes,
yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Moyo asked, was he and his wife on Black Love? Yes, they were.
Hey!
Yes,
and they're still in Black Love.
Hello!
I was wondering what you guys were looking at when I was watching.
Yeah, this is YouTube live over here. This is a bigger feed over here.
Oh, should I go to the YouTube live?
Yeah, as you should, man. Come on over here.
Well, I don't think we can't add you in on the YouTube though, but.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll talk to you here for a quick second.
Yeah, man. But thanks for hopping in. So real quick though, because for those who ever want any kind of inspiration, and Jamie also just sold a show. Well, it's been on now. You about to do a season 2? Did you just do season 2?
Yeah, we did season 2.
You want to plug the show in the network real quick?
Yeah, it's called Cut to It. The first season came out on the fire. Forgive the kids in the background. I got a 4 and 2-year-old. Gosh.
42-year-old.
4 and 2.
Cut to It. It's a barbershop talk show. The first season, like I said, is on Aspire TV. We have some great guests. We have some great barbers. Garrett Dixon, who is a barber / comedian.
Yeah, it's one of the homies.
Been in the game for a minute. Then we got Will Brooks, who he's a barber as well. He's cut a lot of celebrity NBA players, I should say, hair.
Name some of the guests we've had.
So the first season we had like Michael J. White. We had Bentley Kyle Evans, who you know. Marcus Williams was a former NBA player. We had Tony Roberts, Tony Baker.
We up.
We have Omar Gooding. Huh?
We up. Okay.
Yeah, Omar Gooding. Who else? I don't want to forget nobody. Willie Galt.
Who'd you have for the second season? Let's skip
Second
those
season
niggas.
we had Chris Paul.
Okay.
So Chris Paul, Johnny Gill, Columbus Short, Ron G.
Yeah, Rampage too, huh?
Yeah, we got Rampage, Russell Peters.
Come on, man.
Raph.
I think about to say
Keith Robinson,
Chaz.
who's an actor, singer. Yeah.
No, I'm not popular enough to be on Jimmy's show.
He said,
Not yet.
We're
Not
stopping
yet.
the second season, so we're trying to get another distributor. So if you guys are interested, definitely shout me out there. Connect me to somebody.
The show is called Cut to It on Aspire.
Yeah.
Hey, see if you got some connects with Aspire. Get my hip hop show on that.
All
network.
right, do your own business on your own time.
I got you. Send me your stuff.
Absolutely. I'll definitely text you the trailer for season 2.
All right, Nieto.
All right, bro.
All right, guys.
All right, bro. You too.
Yep.
Peace. Jamie Nieto, everybody. Olympian.
Nieto.
Olympian.
Nieto. Got the gato.
1% of the world. Him and his Olympian wife and their future Olympic children.
But they ain't win nothing.
This guy.
I didn't know if that was true or not.
The extra. Hey,
Is that true? I was joking, but I was like, maybe that
Didn't
is
they
true.
win in life if you're an Olympian? They went to represent the
I'm
country.
sure they got some sort of gold.
And this is how you talk to them?
No, I was being silly. But I was like, maybe that's. I don't know if he got any medals.
Oh my God.
Do you know if he got any medals?
He didn't win a medal at the Olympics. He's won a bunch of
I'm
stuff.
sorry.
Yeah,
I was saying it. Joke.
Disgusting.
No.
There goes your Aspire deal.
That backfired bad. Because in my head, I'm like, I know he got medals. And I'm like, I don't know if he does.
I feel like a more
Stop.
straight
I'm
hater.
sorry.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
No, that wasn't hating.
What's up, B Mob? Not yet. I heard the movie Chaz just wrote is fire. What are you talking about, Big Sis?
Hey.
I'm trying to think what you're talking about. I really want to write this spoof.
Miss Bianca said there is mention of the dinosaurs in the Bible in Job 40.
Can you find it for us?
Let's see.
I'd like to know. I want to know what the scripture said. Job got that. Job didn't deserve none of that.
Man, I don't want to be an example like that.
Or Job just hated his family anyways. He was like, yeah, your wife is gone, your kids. He was, yeah. Just get some new ones. Right, guy? Got you. There we go. Wasn't attached to any of them.
It says, the book of Job, specifically chapter 40, describes a creature called the behemoth and a creature named the Leviathan. Some people believe these descriptions could refer to dinosaurs, while others interpreted them as mythical or metaphorical. So we don't know what it said. Here we go. Here's what it says actually. Okay, Job 40, describing. I feel like it's more description.
Yeah, what's the
verse?
I want it in the actual Hebrew, the halakha version. If ain't nobody can.
What's the verse, y'all?
Can somebody help?
Because it's still describing Job, and I'm not reading 40 verses.
Hippo and crocodile, the Leviathan and the behemoth.
What is a behemoth?
Mm-hmm.
Behemoth sound like a description. That girl was behemoth, right?
I don't know. Young Earth creationists often propose that the behemoth and Leviathan dinosaurs possibly surviving to Job's time or middle. That can't be true. Oh, the movie for Shante. Yeah, it is dope. Yeah, it's a fire ass movie.
It's already out?
No, but we're still trying to get it done because I was like, we can get this movie done this year, whether we do it independently or sell it somewhere. But I'm like, no one can tell me the first 20 pages aren't the funniest. No one. Where'd you read it to? Huh? Where'd you read it? No, I did a table read at like the studio once.
Okay,
but I know it was hitting. It was killing. But can somebody put the actual scripture in the actual?
She did it.
Where?
Oh, she did right there. But it's the same
words,
right? I need to do this
because it helps us not to look down and look up and look down. But yeah. No, Big Sis Chris, you are correct. Look at. Okay, my bad. Look at Behemoth, which I made. Oh, so this is the new international version for those who don't know. Look at behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. Well, that can't be an alligator. A hippo still fits in there.
Right.
Or which feeds on grass like an ox. So it's not an ox. What strength? Maybe it's an elephant. What strength it has in its what strength it has in its loins, with power in the muscles of its belly. Its tail sways like a cedar. Oh, it can't be a elephant.
It could be a what is a brontosaurus because they're long, right?
Yeah, but it says it eats grass. Brontosaurus be up in those trees.
And also, hold on, they were still alive, right? So during this,
it can't be a dinosaur,
right?
Because it's millions of years apart,
right?
Its bones and tubes are bronze. Its limits like a rods of iron. Its ranks first among the works of God. Yet its maker can approach it with its sword. The hills bring it the produce, and all the wild animals play nearby. Under the lotus plants it lies, hidden among the reeds in the marsh. Sounds more like an alligator. The lotus conceal it in the shadow. The poplars of a stream surround it. A raging river does not alarm it. It is secure though the Jordan should surge, which is the river, should surge against its mouth. Can anyone capture it by the eyes or trap it and pierce its nose? Why do you want to pierce its nose? Same way they do with the ox, right? They pierce the nose. What does that do?
I kind of feel like these are reptiles for sure because they're watching this live animal do stuff. So dinosaurs and because if dinosaurs still exist while Adam and Eve, it doesn't even make sense, right?
No, science disproves that 1,000%.
Let's really talk about this then. Did cavemen exist?
To a point, yeah. Cavemen are real.
So if cavemen exist, they were definitely the rough draft of God. Because that should have been the original Adam and Eve, right?
Right.
How do we know that there is a caveman? And why don't they have any stories?
Yeah, they're written on the walls. They run from elephant to fall.
Come on, we got to get to the bottom of this. Do cavemen exist?
They did. There's real cavemen. They were called. What's the scientific word for cavemen? Erectus. Oh no, we're Homo erectus, right? So it's my thing. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, wait, that would make it a gay. Anyway. Yes, early humans, often referred to as cavemen or cave dwellers, did exist and sometimes lived in caves. But the term caveman can be seen as somewhat inaccurate and simplistic representation of prehistoric people. You should ask what year. Oh, here you go. The Paleolithic period was 2.5 million years ago to 10,000. What did you just do?
Write it down.
Where? Oh. No, I lost it.
I did nothing different. It said read more, and I hit down. We're here.
Oh, okay. 2.5 million years ago to 10,000 BC, saw early humans develop various technologies, including tools and shelters. So 2.5 million years ago, which when was Adam and Eve?
I need a historian to talk to me, man, because this timeline is off. So we're saying God created the heaven and earth, and then he created dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. Then he created cavemen. Mm-hmm. He said, I messed up. And then he said, okay, let's do it again. How long did dinosaurs exist?
A long time, but not like long, but like long. So the behemoth was in the river of Jordan, as it says, right? So what kind of animal could have been the behemoth? Behemoth river.
It wasn't behemoth, just FYI, guys. It's called caveman, not cave woman.
So I mean, how many animals could it be? First, a behemoth, a powerful creature described in the Old Testament. But what could it be?
Yeah, when you type in behemoth, what is the description of? What does it visually look like? Because also, a giant in Bible times, I'm sure they was like 6'5". It was me. I'm sure everybody was just short.
Well, because I go like, well, elephants are around, but they don't have major tails, right? A large, powerful plant-eating creature that dwells in marshes and rivers. He said, yeah, hippopotamus, elephant, river, or even dinosaur.
Quake.
A crocodile, whale, or snake. Oh, I said it eats grass, the giant tail.
So cavemen exist. They died with the dinosaurs, right?
So
I need
like saber-toothed tigers, it was in that path. Mastodons, they were all in that same age range. You know what I mean? In that group, in that era. You know? So that whole prehistoric, yeah, man, like millions of years. It took us a long time to get
It
here.
was having a good time. Look at me, we got art.
Look, somebody just grabbing ass. Put your hands in. Nah, somebody didn't do that in a cave, man.
Of course.
Too good of artists. Yeah.
I don't believe any of this, dude. I don't believe dinosaurs existed.
Well, there's quite the evidence that dinosaur existed. Dinosaur existed, bro.
There's evidence of it.
The giant bones that they had left behind. Yeah.
Why don't we have bones of cavemen?
There are.
Yeah. Look at that. And how did dinosaurs die? Ice Age, or was it a meteor?
Don't know. That's
We're dumb.
But over millions of years, it could have been both, right?
Millions of years?
It's been millions of years.
Dinosaurs was on the earth for millions of years.
Yeah, like
millions.
Yeah, it predates a long time.
I thought it was like 20 years.
there's different eras of dinosaurs, though. You know, it's like the Jurassic age, and there's a something else age, and there's different ages of like. That's why I say like most of these dinosaurs then they coexist together, like brontosaurus and T-Rexes and raptors. All
really?
Yeah, like they're all in there.
I need timelines.
There's timelines. God,
I gotta find this, yo.
There's plenty of information online. You know, Jurassic Park was one of those things that made me go look up dinosaurs and realize that, like, oh, these weren't even in this. Like, raptors are a lot smaller than they actually said. It's supposed to be like a different dinosaur that they had in the movies. You know, they were just putting shit together because nobody knew. There were some real dinosaur people. They're like, this is all off.
Like, I see.
Look at the human in the lane there by himself.
I see, man. We're looking up caveman bones, right? So God don't make mistakes. What was their purpose?
Cavemen?
Yeah, why were they around to create what? Like, so they originally the Adam and Eve, right?
Well, this is the idea of evolution versus science, right? Is there a connection between apes and humans, right?
Yo. What if they weren't human? They were actually monkeys.
Adam and Eve? I don't think they'd be monkeys.
No, not Adam and Eve.
Ooh.
The cavemen never existed. It was just apes.
You gotta do way more research.
I do.
There's plenty of distinction between actual apes and actual humans that they have found. The Homo erectus to the Homo. There's a whole timeline of humans also. From the beginning of time that they found.
What about Neanderthals?
Same. That's all cavemen. She's also fantasy beyond high.
we got to get to Neanderthals. Neanderthals are cavemen?
Yeah. There's a whole timeline of this stuff. Like, I feel like you should know this.
I want to know this stuff. I want to know somebody has really broken this down as in like God created the heaven and earth. We got the earth. Then what happened? What was the first thing that hit the streets?
I feel like it's one of those stories that God just told much later. He's like, I'm tell you guys back about the early days. Okay, so this is how it was. Skip all that. Listen, when I was in high school, this is God starting Adam and Eve. When I was in high school, this is how this story starts.
And Adam and Eve, I'm about to blow all y'all mind. Watch this. What if Adam and Eve had parents, but their story wasn't important? Right?
Okay.
Also, because Adam and Eve, they had to have parents because they had belly buttons, yo.
Did they? How do you know they had?
They had belly buttons.
How do you know they had belly buttons?
They gotta get fed from somebody.
Now that they're made from the dirt, how do you know they had belly buttons? Okay. How do you know they had belly buttons?
Gotta get fed from the placenta.
Okay. If they were made from the dirt, which it says in the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they need belly buttons for?
Because it's the starter kit. But I'm sure they had parents who's like, we're not even gonna start there.
I just wonder why guys have nipples.
Guys, yeah.
God was like, all right, you can feed, and you know what? You freaks should not be feeding children.
But if women came from men's ribs,
mm-hmm.
it makes sense. As in, like, you are a makeshift of a man.
Mm-hmm.
So we started off with nipples and belly buttons, and a woman just became a form of us.
Mm-hmm. A sexy form of us. Mm-hmm.
Ow! I want to know if he was actually attractive. What if he was like? What if he was like? What if that wasn't attracted to? Oh God, this the best you can do?
I wonder how many abortions they did before he got Eve. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Make it like this.
Yeah, I gotta do a sketch of that. Of Adam not being attracted to her. It's like, thank you, God. I know I've been asking for a woman, a partner. But this is what you Adam. How you doing, Adam?
It's good to see you.
Yeah, I'd rather smash this sheep.
Encephalus. Look, all right, the first monkeys have been around for 4 million years, okay? Here's the evolution of ape to man, okay? There's a missing link that they
see?
Okay, hold on. There's a missing link that they haven't quite found of, right? Dinosaurs were around 65 million years ago, okay?
Okay.
Mice in there somewhere, all evolution of humanity, okay?
So they never showed that the Neanderthals crossover with the humans. Since it's 4 million and there were 6 million, they never coexisted.
There's certain ones, like I said, like mastodons. You got to see how far back mastodons go, because elephants and stuff have been around for a long time, right? They're like, so those are like a long time ago in this. But in this era, mastodons, saber-toothed tigers are around in here. So they were the descendants of these, giant predators, right? Not that a mastodon was a predator, I think. Anywho. So now human erectus, right? Homo sapiens. Oh, I think that was what it was. Homo sapiens to Homo erectus. This is that. Neanderthals, same thing. Who's gone? Missing link. They don't quite know. Civilization. This is 80,000 years ago. Okay. So between 4 million years ago and 80,000 years ago.
That's a long gap. That's a lot of missing links.
But this is a lot of time for evolution to happen, isn't it?
That's a long time.
So then you have the beginning of civilization that they can track back to about 4,000 years ago, which is where the Bible starts, right? 6,000 years ago, ancient civilization. What they have actual record of to this day.
That's nuts. That's a lot of, 65 million years ago versus 8,000 years ago? That's a lot of missing link.
Long time, baby.
Yeah,
man. Early humanization, early civilization. Yeah.
Embracing nature. Yeah, we took a turn for the worse. Big Sis Chris said, let's not forget who studied and wrote this stuff up. Shut up.
Why are you telling us it up? It's true.
As in, like, oh, I thought she was saying as in, like, just know this is your God. I thought she was saying as in, like,
no, it's just people put stuff in, things get left out, things get remixed. The winners get to tell the stories.
Yeah.
Right. this is what's always funny to me about this is messed up. All right, about the actual Bible. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Is that Jewish people in the Bible were told that this land is for you, right?
Uh-huh.
And they came into the land and they said, kill everybody, and this is your land, right?
Yeah.
There were some people in that land already, right? Who were like, hey, yo,
right.
We're about our own business.
Right.
And the Jewish people go,
God told us. Yeah.
Right. And they're like, which God were you talking to? Because ours was just like,
love each other.
Yo, what just happened here? And then, that was it.
Right.
And then the people who win get to write the story.
Yeah.
But what's funny about the Bible is that, like, I think at that time, because had it been now, right? If this happened now, it would be
terrorists. They're terrorists,
right? But you would say different stuff. You just like, oh yeah, and then everybody learned to love each other, and it would be like what they're trying to do with slavery right now,
right?
Where they're like, yeah, sure, some of that happened, but like we coexisted. And it's like, no, we did not.
Right.
We came in, they gave us smallpox blankets, and they put us in slavery.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, man.
What I want to know is when you talk about my introduction of Jewish people, and I might be wrong, is they were slaves in Egypt.
I think all of them. I think Jews became a thing when the 7 tribes of Judah became.
But wasn't Moses? Was that it started before Moses, right? That's all Genesis is, right?
Yeah. So
Moses is like Exodus.
I can't think of the Joseph. The brothers, who was it? Isaac? I think Isaac. Yeah, I think Isaac. I think Abraham.
That's all in Genesis, right?
Huh?
That's all in Genesis, right?
Yeah. But I'm thinking when it became Judah became Israel, but Judah came. I think is a derivative, like it derives from Judah.
Judah, man.
Appreciate it, King.
Anywho,
come on, Twills. I don't like the dots, man. Don't do me like this, man. I feel like I was right. That's what I said. I kind of feel like, come on, man. That from Twilla. Twilla's a parent when it comes to historian facts.
I get it. We're just going
you toting the line.
I think.
Am I right? Am I right, Twills? Come on.
But that's what I always thought about when I think about Jewish people in the Bible. Like, y'all sound like the bullies. What happened? But also, they were bullied.
Yeah.
Right? By the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Right?
They're slaves.
So they said, we out of here. I understand.
Right.
The hurt people.
Right. I want to know what their Bibles was. I know if you are in the Old Testament, what was your Bible in?
That was it. Oh, what do you mean? When you're like actually happening at that in real time? It's in real time.
Right. So what was your Bible? So what was they?
I just hate that there's no more. This is what bothers me, is that after Revelations, no one else wrote a book.
They said we had enough.
We're done.
We have enough.
It's 2,000 years of you guys will figure it out.
It should
nobody updated.
It should be a third testament.
It should be a lot more.
Yeah.
I was like, of all the different prophets, of all the different people, nobody was like, this should go. This would be like,
yeah. And also, the gap between Old Testament and New Testament is a lot too.
Wait a second. Also, wait a minute. All right, this bothers me more. Okay, how did this happen? Damn it! How did this happen?
Come on.
The Torah is the original Old Testament.
Right.
Okay, this is the book by Jewish people, correct?
First 5.
Only the first 5?
I think it's the first 5.
Only the first 5. Is that correct? So it's not the entire Old Testament. It's the first. So who goes and says, okay, well, here's the whole Old Testament now. This is like, who gets to approve that? Who says this is the Bible? Because Jewish people are like, well, we don't really mess with Jesus, so why is he a part of the Bible, which is a part of our books? Ours. So they go like, okay, well, this isn't a Bible. So there's the Torah, and then there's the Bible, which is for Christians in general, correct?
Yeah.
But when did they go, okay, well, we're splitting the first 5 books, and it's like, well, we're just gonna keep adding on to this. And the Jewish people are like, don't, like, just make something up that's yours.
I think it's just leadership, man. I think it's came out of leadership. People like presidents and kings, and they're just like, hey, I don't think we should do it. I think we should stop it right here. This is our new constitution. This is what we believe in. And stubbornness. Just people just like, yeah, I see what y'all trying to evolve and update stuff, but That's false prophet.
There are 1,000 books of what? 1,000 books of the Bible? Because that's not what they put in the books. It's not what's in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's like 20 chapters.
At some point, you do got to stop. You can like,
but it should never stop, right?
Sure. But it's like a TV show. It's like, all right. I think we ran the course. I think we got the message across. I don't think there's no more.
Bro, if Paul can literally go, I saw Jesus and write more books, but he never met Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. He never met him. He came to him after he was killing all his people. And Jesus was like, chill, my guy, right?
Right.
So how come somebody else who met Jesus and talked to Jesus in the spirit, are there not books of them
that
are in the Bible?
Just think about the control of it, because they were collecting scrolls throughout the years. Like they were actually like, oh, this is good. This is a good combination. Let's all come together and create this Bible.
Right.
Because in real time, it wasn't the Bible. They were still kind of practicing the teachings of maybe the Torah.
And this is what bothers me, is that somebody put together all these books. Right. And this is what bothers me.
Sort of council.
Yeah.
And they were just like, listen, are we all agree that this is powerful enough? We can teach this to the rest of the world, right? We good? Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's make the copies. There's no copy machine. We got to write it by hand. And it's like, you need to watch Chris, man, because he keep falling asleep. He keep changing words. Because they were their own copy machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were like this. And it smells like, yo, your handwriting is trash. And then your interpretation, you know, you play telephone. Just imagine writing, you doing this. And you just skipped over a whole chapter. You're like, and then the next person right after you was just like, read the Bible, like, there's something missing right here.
There's a lot missing here. What's happening?
Because there, remember, this is what it feels like. You ever see Doctor Strange 3?
Yeah.
Well, 2.
2.
And remember they was like, hold out, fellas, and it did. You don't want to go with this. You know what I'm talking about? No, remember when they was creating the force field? And then Wanda, Scarlet Witch was like, who's the weak one? And she found him and she zoomed in on him, and then he just ruined the whole. So there was one dude that was like, "What are we doing? I promise it's not be important." He just kind of skipped over chapters, like, whatever. And then the person out here was like, "All right." And they was like, "We're missing."
Somebody was lazy. He was like, "Okay, so put all these 1,000 books in." Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, you only said put in the first 50. The first 50.
First 50 is good enough."
Man, you would just never know, dog. Like
somebody over here said the Council of Nicaea.
It's Greek people, right?
Nicaea.
Nicaea. I don't know. But it was the Greek, right? The Greek came in. They were the first ones to translate the Old New Testament. So the New Testament was originally in Greek, right? Anybody? Right? The New Testament was originally in Greek, and that's where a lot of this is where Jesus comes from. That's not his name. That's not his name. That's not his name. Jesus should do that. They call me Yeshua. They call me. What's the other one? That's not a Yahweh.
Yeah,
that's not his name.
Messiah.
That's not
they call me Lamb of God. They call me Savior.
They call me Jesus. That's not my name. But yeah, anyways.
I want to go to church and flip over a table.
Why?
I'm just being Christian, brother. This is what Jesus did too, right?
Jesus was like, yeah, but they were gambling. Everybody's
you flip over the table of the communion.
Come on.
That's what Jesus did, right?
No.
Get tackled by security.
Come on. Get tackled by security.
I'm being Christ-like. No, you're ruining the context. He was flipping over money of the money changers and the taxpayers.
They decided what went in the Bible as far as what books include and take out. Yeah. Why not just include them all?
That's a lot of the Bible.
That should just be one.
And what if it's a different perspectives of the Bible that we've already got the context of? As in, like, and then we gotta get the person credit. As in, like, he has a powerful second chapter, but it's literally the same as John's. So, like
that, and for historians, that's the whole point. Was like, well, okay, well, these things make sense. They cross-reference. Then they should put these in there.
Yeah.
Because some of those things in the Bible they do cross-reference, but then like I think Luke wasn't really there, but he has a chapter, but he wasn't there. He wasn't around that time. He's like 20, 30 years.
I think Matthew, Mark, Luke, John is the same storyline.
It's the same storyline, but they all weren't there at the same time. I thought like they were all disciples of God, but they weren't. Jesus. Yeah, of Jesus, but they weren't.
I think Luke is a disciple.
And I think Luke was the one who was on the outer
Okay,
side.
Google, is Luke a disciple?
Website Britannica.com, they say.
Oh.
He was not one of the original 12 apostles, but may have been 70 disciples appointed by Jesus.
Oh.
He ain't one of the Big 12, bro.
That's crazy. Did not know he made it to the playoffs.
He's not one of the Big 12.
He made it to the playoffs.
No.
Because there's a lot of...
you. Jesus. I'm a doctor. All right, yeah, you come in. You come in.
Go damn.
All right.
You can hang out. And why did Jesus cut off the 12? He said, that's enough. That's enough. I want to follow Jesus. I want to follow. Yeah. And
well, because at 12, you go like, see, I let Judas be at 12. That was a 12 one. Look at this.
The thing is, the funny thing is, like there's disciples that they don't get mentioned at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know about the Johns, the Peters, and Judas, Timothy maybe, but there's like 8 that is like they were just hanging out. They were just atmosphere.
Yeah, all their names are known though.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Look at the you don't have any stories about Bartholomew.
You might not know all their stories, but they all 12 are documented.
Yeah, we know who the 12 disciples are, saying. But there's about 6 of them that get no recognition. It's not like Jesus was like, man, we were out, saving souls, and my boy Bartholomew came over and baptized this child. Like they have no mentions of stories of the other like 6.
And also, so Jesus's name was actually Yahweh or Yeshua, right? Okay. So there's James in here, which would be a Y, right? So I wonder what that originally was.
Yahweh.
Something like that.
Yahweh. And why is it several James?
Simon, the Peter. What are their real names? Was John Jan? I hate this. Thaddeus.
See?
I want to name me Thaddeus.
See? I'm saying Thaddeus didn't get no love. It's like, yo,
hey, Thad.
You really want to feel the touch of God? Hit up Thaddeus and have him pray for you.
Oh, my man's name was James, the son of Zebedee. Why did he get a cool ass name like Zebedee?
Where?
James, the son of Zebedee. Oh, so okay, so John was his brother.
Chris, what I'm saying is
the first Simon was called Peter.
Thaddeus don't have a book. Bartholomew don't have a book. You see Bartholomew, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a book, and it's not like Jesus was like, hey, Thaddeus, can you do me a solid and pray for this young lady right here? You don't hear no references of these other ones. Like we know the starting 5. Why you ain't never take Thaddeus and Bartholomew off the bench?
Oh, they got the whole breakdown of them all. Look, they're all got some.
Andrew. Andrew didn't get no love either.
I was shocked when I found out that the story of the brother Jesus is in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Only.
I think they tried to use the same concept for school books. Some people were saying, "Oh, we don't need to put that in school books." It's true. I'm at the Mary Magdalene version of the story.
Man,
it'd be like the Notebook for her. It's like Pretty Woman for her. She was this prostitute who was about to get killed. Jesus came in with his fine ass, said, "Hey, that ye without sin cast the first stone." And he was like, "Get on up," dusted her off. And she said, "Can I roll with you?" He's like, "Yeah, in the back, because you're kind of a harlot, so you can roll in the back." You know what I'm saying? With the rest of the thugs and stuff. Like that. What else could she really be like? What was her story outside of like, "Yo, this dude saved me,"
right,
from murder?
But she's seeing some things.
I wonder how many rocks did she catch before Jesus came by.
Yeah. Yeah, she caught a lot. Her face looked like Quasimodo. What
The original hoe.
what is that? Her middle name? Magdalene was her last name?
It was probably like I wonder if it's a region.
Because during this time they only had first names.
Yeah, a lot of them had like where they were from or who they're. Let's see, where did the Magdalene come from?
Yeah, Mary Magdalene.
They have her skull.
Who skull?
Like in the Vatican, Mary Magdalene.
How do you know? How do they know that? It's like, yeah, it's bruised up. Yep, this is her.
That's her.
Yeah, she still got those knots.
This is terrible.
Still got those knots. Also, when you get your head cracked, that's the meat that's swelling up. It's not the
actual brain. I mean,
it's not the skull, is it? Yeah, that's meat. I need the Muslims and the witnesses to speak up and mess them all up. You feel me?
Okay, here we go. So the name Magdalene originates from the Aramaic word Magdala, meaning tower or elevated great. It refers to the town of Magdala, located at the Sea of Galilee.
Okay, got you. So
they traditionally associate with Mary of Magdalene.
So why didn't they say Mary of Magdalene?
Well, because it's some translations sometimes refer to as Mary of Magdalene.
Got you.
Or the Magdalene.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They mentioned they just don't have their own books. Yeah, y'all
they didn't put them in.
Y'all keep
everybody was
that.
writing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is y'all keep saying that, but at the same time, they don't have any. Like there's a story about Lazarus, right? Mm-hmm. Lazarus was one of the homies too, like Luke. Mm-hmm. No, not Lazarus.
Lazarus was somebody's brother, right?
No, Lazarus got brought back to life, but it was a guy who was with the disciples. But he got some love, and then I can't think of it. But like, why y'all never talk about Andrew, Bartholomew, or Thaddeus? Y'all never talk about them. They said really quick. Who the disciples? We got Peter, John, Matthew. Was he a part of the disciples? Mm-hmm. He was a tax collector. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mark is Mark one? Mm-hmm. No. Mark was not in the how did Matthew, Mark, hold on, how did Mark, Luke get a book before the disciples?
Saying that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. How did y'all make the cut?
How did Mark and Luke get a book before the actual disciples?
Come on, man.
Wicked work.
And Paul takes over the whole thing.
Yes, he came in
off the bench.
First string. 27th pick, 9th round.
Shout out to Paul for his influence. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Shout out to Paul.
He wrote more books than all of them.
But Andrew, his brother, didn't get a book. James, the son of Zebedee. John, his other brother, didn't get a book. Come on, man. Oh, well, John. I don't know if that's the same John. I don't think I got a book. There's 2 Johns in here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, there's only 1 John. All right, so that's John. Okay. Bartholomew didn't get no book, who was also Nathaniel. Thomas didn't get no book. Matthew. The James, the son of Alphaeus. James the less. Thaddeus. And then Simon the Zealot. It's 2 Simons in here. And Judas Iscariot. What was Judas's book? Where's that at?
Yes. Where's Judas's book? And also what's hilarious is I'm not saying the arrogance, but for Jesus to be so powerful, right? How powerful his mind is, right? Mm-hmm. He said, I'm not writing down nothing. Y'all won't write it down.
I don't believe that either.
He said, just listen and write it down.
That Jesus never wrote anything down.
Right.
I don't believe that Jesus doesn't have books. And Jesus was a carpenter, so also he probably has furniture sketches right next to some of his scriptures.
Yo,
he's probably got some designs of some couches and stuff like that.
And the funny thing
is, that? Oh, it's just a couch.
Like I'm telling you, he's powerful with his words, but he's not really too good at building chairs. He's trash at that. He wasn't the best. That wasn't his gift. His gift was his gift of gab. Like I'm sure if somebody was like,
Jesus has terrible handwriting.
Yeah, terrible handwriting. The funny thing is there's a chair that Jesus has created that has been passed down as like we've kept this in our family for thousands of years. This is the handcraft from Jesus. This is his first chair that he said, I'm not good at this, but just keep my title as a carpenter. I just need you to keep that. Jesus wrote something down. He signed somebody's titty or something. Jesus. Yeah, I got you, sweetheart. He said, this is last handwriting. Yeah. Did he sign a check? How much is the bill? Okay.
I doubt it.
Yeah, there you go, sweetheart.
Nah, he's just annoying people.
Yeah.
Making people pass out.
I'm sure one of the disciples like, Jesus, that was powerful. You should please write that down. Or you should. He said,
You will.
He said, because
who got that?
I got work.
Who got that? Who got that down? None of you?
And who was cheating on it was like, what did you say?
What kind of money problems did Judas have to snitch on Jesus? Because he got offered how many 30 pieces of silver?
Yeah.
Which had to go crazy.
Right.
30 pieces of silver now, people would be like, damn.
Yeah.
So
what's the translation? How much that is now?
Oh, who knows? I'm gonna see.
Also,
how much was Judas's 30 pieces of silver be worth today?
Here's what I found.
Like, I mean, yeah. Okay.
What are Miss Lips? This
doesn't seem like a lot from what I read here.
Yeah.
This is about $400.
And let's describe betray. Right? Is this considered betray? If
okay, this one says $25,000.
$25,000
in
2025. That's a lot. That's a lot. If somebody was like, "Hey man, we want to," if somebody was like, "Hey, we want to book Tony."
Tell me more.
We want to book Tony for the amphitheater, and it was like, I don't know, man. I can't just give him his number out, man. And it was like, no, just tell me where he's gonna be at this Friday, and I'll give you $25,000.
So what I just read?
Maybe that's the translation in Arabic or something like that.
Okay.
Would you betray Tony?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if somebody was like, we want to book Tony for the amphitheater at Universal Studios, you'd be like, yeah, I'll ask him. No, just tell me where he's at. And then you'd be like, he's like, well, I can ask him for you. It's like, listen, I don't want you to get some sort of finder's fee.
Okay,
I'll just give you the money.
This number says something very different.
Yeah.
However, in the time of Jesus, 30 silver denarii would be equivalent to roughly 4 to 5 million today's money.
Yeah, selling them out. Yeah. They say, I'm not telling you to do anything. Just tell me where he's at.
I would call Tony first and be like, hey, anybody trying to kill you that you may know of? No. All right. Stay home.
Hey, he could have lied. He could have like, he's gonna be at the left donkey. And then and then they be like, Judas, you lied. Like, hey, he told me he was gonna be there. Right?
Judas also could have spun it, bro. He could have got everybody there, like, guys, let's get him now. You know what I mean? And now he had all the Roman soldiers in the trap.
The funny thing is, he could have said it's not like that because he said one of you guys at this table is going to betray me. He said, Jesus, nothing like that. They paid me $5 million for the cause to be Christians.
I wonder when he ran out, did they hear the clink, clink, clink of the silver? No, say it's not me, it's not true.
$5 million is a lot, yo.
If you have 4 to 5 million to sell out your savior is not enough.
It's not enough, but at the same time,
but your friend, I mean, we just cool.
In real time, like let's just say Deion Lack is on fire with content, right?
Yeah. Numbers are shooting up.
I'm getting booked shows left to right. And Small just like, just tell me where y'all shoot your podcast at, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk to Deion. It's gonna be a surprise. And you be like, I can't do that, man. We kind of keep a tight knit sort of shoot. You know what I'm saying? He's like, tell me, here's $5 million. But also, you don't think that I'm your savior. You're thinking like he's on fire right now. Jesus was on fire. You seen the miracles, but he's like, man, how long is this gonna last? So, what the analogy I'm trying to say is, he didn't know it was real until maybe, of course, God could be talking to him like, "Yo, this is you're walking with the Son of God, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So when I die, and everybody's like, "You don't know it's the Son of God, right?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know real time. I thought he was on fire. Like he was just everything was booking left and right. People was coming to see him." It's like
it doesn't make any sense. $4 or $5 million is a lot of money, right? It's a lot. It's a ton of money. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but also I'd be like, hey, this is a ridiculous amount.
Just to tell you where he's at.
Yeah. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, you know what, man, this don't even feel right no more,
Right.
dog. Like eventually, well, I mean, which is of course what he felt when he went and he didn't hang himself from a tree or something like that.
Yeah.
Let that money go to waste.
Yeah.
They didn't even drop it off back to him.
Right.
Like, I'll take this.
Right. And also we don't talk about
They got Jesus security.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that he did the money exchange with the Pharisees and then went back to dinner was like, so we're eating.
Oh, you dirty bitch. You dirty bitch.
All I'm saying is one of y'all here is gonna betray me. Yeah. I'm taking mine to go, y'all.
Nigga, fresh from betrayal.
I'm gonna take my food to go. So
what? And then everybody's like, is it me? Is it me?
Yeah. They goes hold hands. That's crazy.
Why did he ask, is it me? Nigga, you know it's
me. Is it me, Lord? Is it me? And he was like, no. And then when Jesus do that, he said,
what happened first? Did he betray him first or was dinner first?
I don't know.
Because then he comes the next night and he's like, oh, it's the one I kissed, right?
Right.
And he gives him a kiss on the cheek. And then
because it's wild to not know you're gonna betray him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could have said, man, I would never, right? I would never. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna get up out of here. And then he was like, hey, where's Jesus at? And he was like, what?
It was an unprompted, like what happened?
Right.
I understand why when this Peter's like, yo, you're gonna deny me 3 times. And they were literally putting this nigga in chains and you know, clawing at him. And they was like, there he go. He was Jesus. He was like, no.
I get Peter.
I get Peter.
I'm sorry, Jesus. Yeah.
I get Peter because they was like, he stayed close to behind where Jesus was. And I understand why Peter was like, for the last time.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Right. To watch it in real time. Because imagine if one of your friends getting beat up and then like, yeah, the crowd, mom, yeah. And they was like, wait a second. You was with him too. You was the driver. Get in there. Like, no. I've never seen a guy. Let me get out of here. Hey, we got another one over here.
So when he was snitching on him and ratting him out, was it unprompted? Was it just because he just wanted the money, or did somebody approach him secretly?
There's a movie. I don't know if this is an interpretation, but you just kind of go with people's like, oh, I hope they did your research.
Mm-hmm.
But they made it seem like it roughed him up. It roughed up Judah, as in like same thing. Like you've been around him. Where is he? It's like, I can't tell you. I don't know anything. It's like, and then they punching him. It was like, just tell us where he's at, and you know, it just kiss him like that. It was like that. It's all right, I'll do it. They made it sound like it was that.
It seems voluntarily that he went over to him and was like, hey, you got some info.
Yeah.
You know. But I love how Peter chopped off homie's ear and then Jesus put his ear back on. Jesus. He was like, Peter, chill. And man, they had weapons on him. He had a sword on him.
Right? Yeah.
So I go like the 12 of y'all, how many soldiers came up?
Yeah. And also how either slow the soldier's head is or how quick Peter's slice was.
Peter was about that action, bro.
It's like, yo.
He was like, oh! And Jesus put his ear back on, and homie still took him.
Let me tell you something. If that happened to me, like, let him go.
Yeah, hey.
I don't know if I'm high, but just a second ago, my ear was gone.
If you put my ear back on, hey guys, I'm now a follower of you.
We got 13 followers now.
You got to take us all now.
Right.
Man, the disciples are weak, bro. All of them were weak, bro.
Yeah.
You just let them take the homie.
Yeah, I need to know. I need to know if it was at least 14 soldiers and 12 disciples. He said, okay, we outnumbered. Versus 2, Jesus, do the thing.
And I understand Jesus like, well, I gotta do this part,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I got a problem with that.
Just imagine the pain that when he was talking in the garden of like, he was saying stuff like, nevertheless, like, God, please take this cup away from me. It's like, I don't want to do this. Like, God, I see where my future holds. And it's like, nevertheless, like, I guess I got to do this. And I was like, imagine him crying all night, just like, I see what's about to happen. Because he went 40 days, 40 nights without eating, right? And got tempted on the 40th night. So if he endured all that without crying out loud, just imagine he was just like,
I wonder why no one brought no bitches to tempt him.
come on, man.
I mean,
Here we go.
niggas like, you want this food?
Yeah, women.
You want this water? Mm-hmm.
I'm certain.
Wasn't even in the Bible. Wasn't even a.
I'm certain that there's a lot of fornication with the disciples.
Well, you're rock stars, bro.
You were a celebrity.
Some guys been catching groupies,
Yeah.
bro. Stop.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Peter, that's my wife. Was. I'm with JC, baby. We out here. You see how we did the one with blood, right?
Oh, she's sucking my dick sipple. All right.
We've had it done.
This is over.
I don't want to.
This is over.
Oh God, yo. Jesus, yo.
Found the line. I crossed it. There it is.
I tried to pivot out.
Found the
said,
line. I said, there it is. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we got Chaz Rogers, yo.
Hey, all right. Appreciate y'all so much watching that episode of Lackaroni and Chaz.
Check, please. Do you mind if I give them some more?
Yes, please.
A lot of laughs we're cooking up in this podcast. Typing XD is high key, the live stream. It's mostly positive conversations, except we tend to get darker than elbows and Wesley. We're sold up popping like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Mr. Chaz Rogers, big ready from Lansing. I'm LackToast, ENT. I guess we paying for the bills, so give us another check, please. Yeah. There it is, man.
Sorry for all the blasphemy that you guys heard today. Most of it's just jokes and questions.
Jokes and
you know what I'm saying, guys? I believe that they all have a sense of humor as well.
Yeah. Chaz, Twiz, you gonna be here tonight?
What if Jesus had a funny laugh? He was like, ah!
I did this at Comedy Live.
What?
I was like, I said, there's a lot of books of the Bible that we don't talk about because Jesus had bowel movements. Like we just like we don't. There was a disciple who's like, say Jesus is. hey, bro, can you not write that down?
You don't want me to get all everything?
This has nothing to do with spirituality. All right?
Thomas's book was all his bowel movements. Like, we don't need any of this shit.
Jesus walked past a butt. He can't stop itching. Hey, that has nothing to do. Can you not write that? Well, you said document everything now, right? Like it was like a lot of deleted scenes. It was like, can you start writing my failures? That Jesus hit his big toe walking over.
Jesus seven his toe.
God
Almighty.
The thing is, he was morally perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure there's times he tripped, twisted his ankle playing little pickup ball. Like there was times where they were playing. They had game. They were playing a little. Hey, toss the little pebble, and he was like, he hit me in the balls.
You think anybody actually chose to beat Jesus? He'd be like, and smoked.
He talking about crossing him over?
Nope. He died on this. He's just sandals left.
That's what I'm talking about Bartholomew anymore. That was him.
Bringing the next disciple.
How dare you cross me over?
You'd be replaced. And then there was 12.
Because essentially it was like 19 disciples. And he was just like, so you don't realize who I am, do you? I am.
Oh, God. We're all having a good time. Combustion.
Down to 17.
Right. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Anybody else love to laugh?
Yeah. There was a hater. I mean, it wasn't 6,000 fish.
You know there were haters around here.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, that's enough, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we out. We see y'all
Yeah, when we see you. Yeah, and such. Oh, we can go, bro.
No, go ahead.
We got 11 people up in here. Can y'all please give me 13 words? I don't know what I said. Let's do 12 words. Give me 12 words to add to the next week's rap.
Oh, in the meantime, May 29th to the 31st, I am in Washington, D.C. with Shantae Wayans at the D.C. Comedy Loft. Okay, right. So if you guys are in the D.C. area, please come through. Tell them Chaz sent you. It'd be a good time. Every show's been fire so far. We just did North Carolina. North Carolina! I didn't do any of that, but I wanted to. So yeah, all right. So then you got to worry shenanigans. Actually, I'm going to turn the camera off. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Go for it. Yep. Yep. New York, calm. Give me more, bro. Just give me more.
Oh god.
If it's all you, I gotta do this as soon as possible. Give me 12 words.
Unless you want this recorded.
No, I'll do it again because they be taking too long.
All right. North Carolina.
Shenanigans. All right. I'm finally writing it down. Woo, y'all came in quick. All these S words. Scoundrel. Flirtatious. Stuffed shells. Quarrel. Stagnation. Great. Ebullient. Ebullient. Twiz, you gonna be here anytime soon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Achilles. Ooh, flumoxid. Flumoxid. I got to do research. All the smoke. What up? What up, Corey? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I need 3 more words. 3 more words to add to the rap. If you haven't seen, oh shit, aromatherapy, therapy. And why you have to be like this? Is it perpetuity? Perpetuity. Perpetuity. Am I saying it right? Perpetuity. Ah, boy. Let's see. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more word. One more word to add to the weekly rap. If you haven't seen the weekly rap, it's on my YouTube page, it's on my Threads page, it's on my TikTok page, and it's on my Instagram page. What's really upsetting y'all? It's the least views of everything I post, and it's terrifying. It's upsetting. Run those numbers up, man. Share it for me, man. I am writing raps, and you guys are the writers. I'm writing raps, and you guys are helping me write it, and y'all not even following it. Y'all not even sharing it. So we got all these words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perpetuity. Okay. Perpetuity. All right, so we got the 12 words. So like I said, if you haven't seen the weekly rap, make sure you guys go on over to my Threads, my YouTube, Instagram. Run those numbers up for me, y'all. I appreciate you, New York Con. Twills on me add this one. Meth. Oh, I think we had a discussion. Oh, we did do this one, Twills, didn't we? Yeah, we did do this one.
Yeah, good job, Chaz.
13 from this film. All right, y'all. I'm done. I gotta turn this place upside down.
Where's we get?
Huh? Right here.
Stagnation.
Oh, you can do it there too.
You got shenanigans, scoundrel, flirtatious, stuffed shells. Okay, quarrel, stagnation, ebullient, flummoxed Achilles, aromatherapy, perpetuity, phantom, and Mephistophelian.
Yeah.
Mephistophelian. That's not a word.
Yeah, it means evil activities.
It's not a word.
It is, yo.
We're just making up stuff.
Yeah.
Mephisto. I just know him because he's a villain.
Yeah.
Mephisto.
I think that's why his name.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm about to do it with us.
What?
And why not?
About to do what with us?
Not like that. I'm just having my recording right now versus trying to do it. I was doing it all at one time. It doesn't matter. I think it's better when I do it with the same outfit on.
You're talking about?
I was going to say the words are. I usually do it the day I record it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said the words are this. What the next shot?
I got you.
It's already ready to go. Versus like, why did you jump outfits?
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, let's look at the same outfit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you recording it now?
I'm not.
Oh.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
I thought you said I'm going to record it now while you're here. I thought you said I'm going to be here with you now.
I did.
Oh, okay.
But I was also saying, I was like, if I do it now, I would have to put the same outfit on to make the aesthetics of I did it immediately.
Got you. I missed that.
I could very much record now, but I would have to put the same outfit on. Where'd Chaz go all of a sudden? It just jumped up and the color's different in the background. But yeah, I usually write either Sunday night or Monday, but it's going to be crazy. You see what I did today?
No, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's
I accepted being a oh, I was on the other one.
oh boy.
Trilla said what?
Toilet help with these because I didn't do it last time.
12s.